So no, that was in Sunny's. Okay, so we're just gonna have to play musical chairs here. Let's see, shut that off. Let me copy this link. Go put it in here. Okay. Let me edit this. Okay. Let's hope people start coming in here. So I don't know what all Sunny was going to go over. So I'm going to close out. See,
did she send you? She sent me something last night. The guy, what's his name, Mike or something? He was kind of analyzing.
Yeah, we can play that.
And then she wanted to talk about Seth's live, but
yeah, I know she wanted to talk about Seth's live, but I want to wait on Seth's live until she's in here. Let me grab the mic one. Okay. Okay, so, oh my God, I've got too many damn tabs open. Present. Share screen. Okay. Yep, this one. Okay. So I don't know if anybody came over or not. I know you and I here, so it'd be Sharon, Dirty Scoop, Crafty Mama. Wait a couple more minutes and see if they come in.
yeah.
Oh, whoa. Why Sunny God put me on the spot like this?
Well, I mean, if it comes down to it, we can just reschedule it. That Seth thing was pretty sad, and I was watching it, so.
Oh my Lord! I even told her, I said, "Damn it! Now I'm crying. Make sure you have tissues." Hey, Crafty Mama, you're welcome. I'm not as good as Sunny, but we'll go over something until she gets here. Hey, Lisa. Okay, so Sunny was scheduled to do the live at 9:45. I've talked to her today. She was rushing around trying to get everything ready because she got off work a little late. So we're going to play musical chairs. I'm going to stream for a little bit until she's ready. And then when she's ready, we'll go over there. And I'll end this one. So we're just going to play musical chairs right now. So this is Mike, what's his last name? Damon?
I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember. I watched it last night, but I cannot remember what his name is.
So I'll put his link in the chat if everybody wants to go watch it, or if you want the link to it, whatever. So he is a analysis, like speech analysis person. So we're just gonna play a little bit of this and then we'll talk about it a little bit.
I'm Mike the Man and welcome to my channel. And hi Katie, I know you're watching. The Fox 17 interview went more or less the way I have expected it to be. And that is because she was very scripted. She was bound to be scripted. Katie is learning to keep her story straight. And remember, she lives in two different realities. She lives in the real reality and a fabricated reality. And she always has to make very sure that these two do not overlap. Now, one thing that she has learned to do, she needs breaks, right? So whenever there's an unexpected question or something where she gets stuck,
I always have trouble finding my mouse here. Charmaine, what do you think about what he said about her being scripted? Because this is the one interview I really don't think she was as scripted as others.
I don't know if it was scripted, but definitely prepared. I think that she had taken a lot of time over the last 260 days to really consider what everybody was saying about her and how, and I mean, this doesn't mean anything, but how everybody was saying what a normal grieving mom would say. I think that she took all of that to heart and she was a lot more not scripted, but better prepared, almost to please people. That's what I saw.
Yeah, I definitely think she was more prepared. And I personally, and this is just in my opinion, but I'd say if I had to make a guess or I had to bet that they were sent the questions beforehand.
Absolutely. And
About
I mean,
Sebastian.
I think that was confirmed that they had their attorney there and their attorney pre-approved the questions that were being asked. And that was kind of
Yeah, that is something. Yeah, Seth said that at least something to the effect of, I didn't have to have my attorney when I answered questions or something like that.
Mhm.
Seth did just go live a little bit ago. We're supposed to go over that with Sunny, so hopefully she'll get here before we'll do some time filler here. So we can all go over that together. But I will warn you all, when you watch Seth's, if we watch it together, have tissues ready because it was sad. But one thing I noticed is, you know how we always say that she doesn't say Sebastian's name?
Mhm.
I caught her saying his name in this one a whole lot more.
And like I said, I honestly think that's because she took everything that everybody had been saying over the last year to heart. And I mean, I don't know her, but what are you going to do to try to minimize the damage that your previous interviews have already done? You're going to take all of the information that you've gained from watching everybody basically attack her over the last year and try to make changes. And there were definitely some things, but I know we're just going over the Katie Proudfoot one now, but I took just a few notes because I forget really easily, but I took a few notes of the Katie and Chris one. Just some really strange things that I saw about it, but just the Katie Proudfoot one the day before yesterday that we saw, I do think that she was listening to everybody and what we were saying about what a grieving mom or what a parent should be acting like or saying, and not saying Sebastian's name and all that stuff. I think that she probably took pretty good notes and wanted to come off a little bit better this time.
I fully agree with that. But something else I noticed, and I wonder if you noticed it as well, I felt like she was more genuine in her emotions.
Mm-hmm. I don't see. I never thought that she was disingenuine, but I keep saying, and I have since day one, you never know what you can be stressed out, you can be grieving. There's all these emotions that are normal, I would assume, if your child is missing or if something terrible happened to the child, no matter how it happened. So those emotions don't tell me anything. They tell me that Sebastian is missing or that she knows what happened to him, or do you know what I'm saying? Like, emotions are emotions and the boy is gone. So it would only make sense for a mother to have some kind of emotion about that. And I don't think that any of her emotions have been fake over Sebastian's case. But why those emotions are coming up is a different story, right?
Yeah, I agree with that.
That makes sense to you. Like, if my child was missing and whatever, but if I had done something to my child, I would be, just the thought of never seeing my child again would stir up emotions, whether I'm a psychopath or not. Or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's kind of how I have felt so far, was that the emotion that she did show was more of an emotion of he's gone and I know he's gone and I'm a grieving parent because he's gone, but I can't tell you what happened.
Exactly. And one of the things that I wrote down that, and I was a little bit surprised that I didn't see, because I've been watching all day, just people going over the interview and stuff all day. And when the interviewer asked her, what do you think happened? And she's saying there's no evidence, blah, blah, blah. That's one thing. But it was all about, I don't know if he left willingly. I don't know if he left unwillingly. I don't know if he ran away, right? She was on that track, just listing off possibilities. But then if there's anything that you could say to Sebastian right now, what would you say to him? And she never talked directly to Sebastian, which most parents, in fact, go and look up any parent of a missing child making a plea to their child. They're going to talk directly to the child, number one. And number two, not once did she say, Sebastian, if you're watching this, come home. You're not in trouble. We love you. We miss you. Nothing like that. It was, I would like to tell my son that I love him. But she didn't ever say, if you're watching this, come home. It's like she knew. It didn't even occur to her that he could be seeing it if he ran away or if he left willingly. Do you know what I mean? Like, tell him. And every parent that I've ever seen with a child missing, they'll say, come home, get to a phone, call me. Seth even says it. So that's one thing that really stood out to me. And I was surprised that I didn't see anybody bring that up, that she didn't say, Sebastian, come home. Sebastian, we miss you. You know, it was not, it was like, well, unfortunately, there's no evidence. We don't know. So that really stuck with me.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, it got me with like, it was almost like a guilty knowledge.
yes.
Because she wasn't like, and she wasn't making eye contact. She was looking down, and I don't know. We'll play this, and then if we have time and Sunny's not here, we'll play the actual interview. Because I don't remember if we went over it on Sunny's channel, but we'll go over this, and then if we have time, we'll go over the Fox 17 interview with Katie. But I will say on this, he's going to go over it, and he has here December 7th. He will ... That is not what she said. First of all, she said December 7th. He would have. Takes a deep breath while she's looking up. He turned 16. He should be home for that. So he has the wording a little wrong, but we'll see what he's.
And she gets stuck quite a bit because she actually does like to talk. When she gets talking, she doesn't stop. She's talking about, I was hollering, screaming, yelling, blah, blah, blah. She doesn't, Chris had to cough to just snap her out of it. So she is actually a natural talker, but Of course, in the case of her missing son, she is not talking. This is something, an unnatural position that she assumes. And remember the one question, what should happen to whoever abducted Sebastian? Remember the time she took to finally complete her sentence? That's around the time that she needs to take to compose herself and then continue with the script. And she has taken very long breaks, in this interview with Fox 17. And she has learned to also play it off as if she was the grieving mother who needs time to compose herself because she misses her son so much. These are things that Katie Proudfoot has learned to do, in my opinion. She has learned a lot, actually, from this channel and others. We are never going to stop searching. That headline, of course, already did it for me. And whom does it remind you of? The McCains? John Benet Ramsey's family. We will search for the kidnapper forever. O.J. Simpson. I will never stop searching for the real killers. The purpose of a search is to find somebody ASAP. And that is the goal. The goal is not to keep on searching unless you know with certainty that you will not find Sebastian, Madeleine, the kidnapper, the real killers. We are never going to stop searching. Never. Never, ever. We're not going to find them. As a matter of fact, we haven't even started yet. So why do I need to stop? The last time I saw my son was when I went to bed. This is very important for Katie Proudfoot. And the reason is she doesn't have an alibi. So sleep is supposed to function as an alibi. She does what she can to convince everybody again and again and again that at midnight she went to sleep, and at 6, that was the time when he wasn't here.
And that is something that she does a lot, is points out that she was in bed when he went missing. I just got a message. I'm going to check that. Charmaine, you want to talk for a minute?
Yeah. Well, I don't really know what to say other than, I think that a lot of this is reading kind of really deeply into things that I don't think are really big deals. Like, we're never going to stop searching. That might have been, I try to put myself in the person's shoes, and I'm just thinking of any other way I would have put that. I mean, I won't stop until you're home, or you know what I mean? But I don't think that we're never going to stop searching is that big of a deal.
And I agree with that. I don't think that's weird at all.
No.
I don't think saying we're never going to stop searching is weird at all.
Yeah. And I don't know if we got there yet, but I don't like how she started her 2 answers with unfortunately. You know, like, the whole thing is unfortunate. I don't know. Like, it says on here, unfortunately, over the last year, I have thought every single day and night. I don't know if I would start, because that does sound not rehearsed, but definitely planned. Well, unfortunately, there's no evidence. Unfortunately, over the last year, I've thought of every single day and night. It doesn't have it's hard. And yeah, Sharon, did they ever start searching? That's another good point, because she was saying in the next interview how they would put flyers up and then people take them down after a certain amount of time. Like, no, they don't. But what flyers were they putting up? All I ever heard was they were taking flyers down and taking signs off of their vehicle. Like, I don't remember ever hearing about Chris and Katie out hanging posters. Were they? Like, did we hear that they
Well,
were?
you got to remember they were at that restaurant with a bunch of posters. But I've never, people, I think, personally, in my opinion, I agree. Did they ever start searching? I don't think they did. But not only that, they're trying to say, Chris Proudfoot likes to say we're behind the scenes doing stuff. And I think if they were truly out searching, if they were truly out putting up flyers, there would be a picture. Somebody would have snapped a picture. Somebody would have come to their defense by now and said, no, they really are searching. No, they really are putting up flyers. I seen them at the Flying J the other day putting up a flyer. And as far as the people take them down after a certain amount of time, some places do.
Yeah, but when it comes to I'm thinking about the community boards, you go into a grocery store and there's a community board, whatever, they'll take down ads and stuff. But if there's a poster of a local missing boy that hasn't been found, what kind of establishment would take that poster down?
I thought the same thing when it came to Delphi, because when I went to Delphi and the girls, Richard Allen hadn't been caught yet. And there was only one business in town that had Abby and Libby's flyer up. Wow,
really?
And I gave that business all of my business while I was in town. Mm-hmm. And it hurt that so many places didn't have it up anymore. And then when I went back for the trial, they had taken down the flyer, but they have a little chalkboard in their business, and they had wrote on it, justice for Abby and Libby. Today is the day, or something like that. Mm. And it's they were still supporting. They changed what they were saying, but they were still supporting. And it broke my heart that they were the only business in town.
Wow.
That kept it up.
I don't know. I don't see that happening here. And I mean, I could just be jaded. I always like to think the best of people, even though I am the skeptic to beat all skeptics. But I just don't. I don't know. That didn't ring true to me, that they were out putting up flyers and then people would take them down so they go put them back up. When I had only ever heard that they were the ones taking them down certain places and taking the billboard off their van or whatever it was. So
yeah, the decal.
The decal, yeah. And I mean, just the things that she was saying, it was like purposely saying them to dispute things that had been said over and over again over the last 280 days type of thing. I don't know. That's just my opinion. And yeah, totally, Sharon.
Sharon brought it up about them leaving their home so fast. I couldn't have done that.
There's no reason for it. Because you say, I cannot remember, but I thought she said that she was staying home, or she wasn't out searching.
Charmaine?
Yeah.
I'm going to cut you off. We are going to play musical chairs again, and we're all going back over to Sunny because she's ready.
Okay.
So I'm going to end this. I'll be over there in just a minute.